Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Always, and welcome back to Skybees. It has been a little bit since we've been on this map, this mod pack. Last time, I believe we were finishing up Astral Sorcery, which I have gone ahead and built the altar, been working on decorating, and that is honestly gonna be our life. We've also been working on this house, and I hate to say it, but I hate it. It's way too big. So we're gonna reduce the size of this house, but not today. I'm gonna destroy the entirety of it. I like the general shape, and I like the colors. I do like the colors. I like this strip birch with the darker logs. I like the blue stained planks inside, but it's way too big. We're gonna make it much smaller, and that's something I'll do off camera. Same with the windmill. We'll get those taken care of later. But yeah, it's been a bit since we've been at Sky Bees. The bees are still here. Everything still works just fine. The big reason for that is we're almost done with this mod pack. We really only have building left to do and some random quests, which most of the quests are tier 4 apiary, the infinite storage disk, and I gotta kill monsters. I forgot about that. That's not too terrible. Then the other thing we have to do is creative items. And once we get the creative vending upgrade, everything else is simple. Everything else is easy. And the Singularity Machine, as I like to call it, is pretty much the last thing we have to set up, and then I have to wait. So we're going to be building everything else up. I'm going to hate it, but I'm going to bring that up another a block so it's not in the floor. And just in general, we need to kind of finish up the building of all these areas. So things like this, probably mostly done. Might do a little bit of different things. I have some plans for the nether sections, and we're going to start working on that today. I'm hoping to get most of the things finished, and then next episode we'll rebuild these two guys, make sure all the other buildings are finished, and then the last episode we just bust out all the quests that we need to do and be done with this. I still don't know what to do with this square though. That is actually a big question for me. We might have, I don't know, because most of our farming is going to go on this one. So I don't know what we're going to have here. Maybe we'll have our, like, enchanting setup, or have some various machines. I don't know. We'll figure something out for that hexagon, not a square. But, yeah, the house is going to be torn down probably between episodes. Same with the windmill. And then we'll kind of go from there. But I have been at least a little busy between episodes. I did finish the altar, the iridescent altar, and this thing, the Singularity Machine. Alright, so one, it's going to have concrete on the outside, and I think we're going to do concrete for most of the machine type areas. But yeah, so the Singularity Machine is almost ready to be set up. I've got all the filters taken care of. They're all set to only work with the redstone signal. And the redstone signal was kind of the big thing. We need a redstone signal for 25 seconds to get 10,000 items and everything. And 25 seconds, it's a little bit... it doesn't have to be exactly 25 seconds, but around 25 seconds is perfect. It can be a little bit longer, but we need something pretty exact. Not super precise, but pretty close. And originally I was going to use redstone clocks and counters. And then it brought up a bunch of, oh, those are chiseled, a bunch of other kind of issues. Namely that, just the redstone, I want to have a button. Button will be right there, which I need to go, oh, we have a button. It's down below. So I want a button. I want to be able to just come over here, hit a button, and it does its thing, and then puts all of the stuff into a chest. All the singularities into a chest, and that's it. So in order to do that, we have to take a button signal, turn it into a toggle, to turn a system on for a set amount of time, and then turn it off when it sends out the 25 seconds. So you can use the output to turn the toggle back off. Simple T flip-flop. It's redstone stuff that's pretty basic. I looked up some designs, and all things considered, vanilla has the T flip-flops pretty well handled. It was just the 25-second timer that was a little bit of a struggle, and it was made worse by this thing. So let me go grab a lever and some redstone, and I want to show you the problem that I had. So, you know what? I think we'll use this as a pseudo machine. We'll have lava production. We'll have concrete maker. I don't know if it'll be machine-y, but we'll figure something out for what the layout will be. But that will be a good thing. So we have a redstone clock. Let's just have some redstone and some lamps. Why not? Doesn't matter. So this will activate. We're gonna have it be let's do a couple of ticks duration and just light up a lamp. Why not? So this is perfect, and if we wanted to do something like 25 seconds, we've got to have the delay. There's so many ticks in redstone ticks in per second, so you have a long delay. We don't need that. We do need a little bit longer, but the problem is if I try to turn this off, it doesn't. You can see it still flashed, and more so, let's run redstone into it, because this acts like a block. So if I put a lever there, it powers the light, obviously. If I put a lever on this block, it powers through the block, which is not what we want either. But if I try to power this block, it doesn't care. I don't know if there is a special way to turn this off, but it would always run, so we can't use that. The counter also wasn't as useful as I thought. It never reset exactly, but it's just kind of in general was bad. So what can I do? Well, when modded stuff doesn't work, just go to good old vanilla. And so that's what I did. And things actually worked out really nicely. So this is the redstone for a 25-second clock. That's it. This right here is a pretty standard design. It is known as an Etho hopper clock, because Etho Labs, aka just Etho, I'm sure many of you know who that is, designed this. And how it works is there's items in here, and a stack of items seems to be about 25 seconds, which is really convenient for me. But basically, the items in the hopper will transfer over. The items are currently locked here because of the redstone block, I think, or they just, yeah, I think this hopper is locked because of the redstone block, and because we have a redstone torch going into this system, and basically when this signal goes away, the redstone block will move because this has more items than this, so this gets the stronger signal. So this currently has 3, and it will push the redstone block over here and activate this. This is our output. This is where our redstone signal is going to go out to hit all of the not the compressors, but the exporters up above. And so this is our output, and then we just send it back into this, which is our toggle flip-flop. These 4 blocks. A piston, an observer, another piston, and a redstone block. The neat thing about this is if I hit this button, it doesn't immediately activate. It doesn't activate until the signal leaves. This is what's called a falling edge flip-flop. So it activates on the falling edge of redstone. So when the redstone deactivates, this activates. And then 25 seconds later, so this will have a constant signal for 25 seconds, and so will the output back into the flip-flop. And once it deactivates, everything deactivates. It's perfect. So this is the exact type of flip-flop I had to use to get both the output from a button and to detect when this stops giving a signal. So when it goes from on to off, that's what falling edge is. Rising edge is the opposite, when it goes from off to on. So that is the redstone. That's how simple it is. And then this is just a flip-flop to turn this off the way I need it to. Pretty simple, to be perfectly honest. And this, the nice thing about the Etho Hopper clock is you can put redstone signals basically anywhere to turn this off. It's a very flexible design. So we just have it into this block so that the redstone block stays off. That's it. And then we have to use these. And these are going to be the annoying thing because I have to set each and every one of them to what I want. However, there's a really cool kind of thing we can do. And I actually looked in the immersive engineering. I was looking for something. So one of the problems we're going to have is just having enough sides to these blocks to do everything we need. So these compressors need power and we need to extract items. If possible, I would love to not extract items from the front, but it's just going to be a mess. Luckily, immersive engineering has something I never knew about. So let's go grab just an example redstone thing, aka a lamp, because lamps are fun. And let's actually grab a lever as well, so that we can demonstrate this. I also decided to use lapis as my redstone blocks because why not? But we can do this right up here. So if we have a redstone lamp and one of these redstone wire connectors, and we can have this be an output. If we want to run a wire from here, this is easy. So we have our lever like so, and it just runs the redstone. However, what if our lever is over here? So let's set up another component. Actually, let's do it over here so we have better angle. And we can't get through this wall. Well, we can. So this is going to be an input, this is going to be an output, and then we should just be able to do this, and it still activates. So the neat thing about immersive engineering is that you can actually send both power and any type of wire stuff can go through solid blocks. Any normal solid block. So pretty much vanilla blocks and the adjacents, not like tile entities and the weird things, but you can just send the wire through. And if we break that, you can see that it doesn't work now. And this works for power as well. So that's really cool. I never knew that. And we're going to take advantage of that. So I am going to finish setting up all of this stuff. So what we're going to have is along the back here, we're going to have our redstone wire connectors attached to these guys. And then we just need to get this all to a actually don't know if we need to have one or not. So let me test that real quick. I have 2 redstone lamps, and if I have something like this, will that just carry the redstone signal all the way across? These obviously have to be outputs, and this is just something I've not really tested. Cool. So this is going to be really easy, and we can put the wire pretty much wherever we want, which means we'll have access to both this backside, which will probably use power, and then the bottom, which we can have come up to a chest like here. So that will work. And we'll be able to extract items from all these guys, and everything should work just fine. So what I need to do now is just send the wire through. So I need to put the button, this button specifically, and we just do that. This is going to be an output, and needs to go from to here, which is going to be an input. I'm going to need to make more of these. This is going to be an output from our button, which will be right here, and I'll just need to wire everything up, and that'll be that. I might actually change this button to be a wooden button. I think that would be a little bit better. We can make something that looks a little bit nicer. Or I could use a blackstone button. We might do that. I'll see how it looks. But I'm going to set all that up and then prepare a little bit for a couple other things that we're going to do. So I'll be back once the Singularity Machine is ready and we will run it for the first time. Alright, so things actually worked out pretty well. We just need to kind of finish hooking everything up and we'll be good to go. Let's go ahead and put a torch on there just so nothing spawns. So I have all the wires back here. I did the trick where you go through the block again from down below. So that block should go straight through. In fact, if I just do this and stay on this line, indeed it does. And we can put the flux point right there, which is awesome because that solves the problem of having way too many faces that you need on this block. So we have power on the back. We have the logistical transporters on the bottom feeding into a chest. Everything should be good to go. We have the wires. I did test this part at least. It worked just fine. So presumably this will work just fine. That is an input. That is an output. Make sure all of my inputs and outputs are right. These should all be orange up at the top, and they are. That one is blue. Cool. So the only thing left to do is hook it up to the refined storage system and press the button because we do have enough stuff. I can also get rid of this. We don't need that sign anymore. Now between the clips, I did go ahead and finish putting all of the blaze quartz on this platform, and we're actually going to do something with some aquamarine. One of my goals is to not have any torches anywhere at all, except if it makes sense. You know, maybe for the mines and the caves have some torches, but for the most part, not use torches. This one, sea lanterns would probably work really well. It would go well with the palette with the marine blocks. But for this guy, we're going to need some energy, and we're just going to make some illumination powder because this stuff is really good. And we just need to resonating wand. And I figure we'll just, wow, that's so quick. So illumination powder, this stuff should be able to be placed like so. We just break the block and then we put it there, and you can see the faint little glow, and that is how we're going to illuminate at least this magic area, if not also the Britannia stuff. So enough procrastinating. Let's set up the cable. Just attaching this should hook all of these guys up, and nothing should start running, and all the lights are there. Do we even need this? I don't think we do. No. Okay. Go for broke. Presumably we hit this button and we get one singularity of each type. Does it work? It seems to be. Now the question is our delay long enough? And the answer is yes. But everything's going to have a stack. Okay. Limited input is what we want. So it's going to have an extra stack. That is actually okay. We can live with that. That is acceptable. But we should see in just a little bit, all of these things should be sending their singularities, and we should have, what, 3, I think it's 17, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 17. We should see 17 singularities go into that chest. And there's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 17. Amazing. So that is actually our first creative singularity. Let's get rid of this stuff. And I don't know if it matters the order. Oh, it does. That's rude. But we can just shift click. And we get the ultimate singularity. That is the first of 25 that we need. We need 25. And I have 39 written here because we need 39 of the creative storage upgrades. And can we make that? 39 of them. We need 40 in total. We're missing just a bunch of wood. Okay. I think we can handle that, actually. It shouldn't matter what kind, right? Hopefully. So, creative. It's still missing oak logs. And then it has planks. So, I guess if we have, like, we have a ton of jungle, we could just make a ton of jungle planks. And that should offset things. And jungle wood is kind of ugly, so who cares? No loss. So presumably we should be able to do the creative storage. And not quite, but okay. So like 10 stacks. There's something that's gonna be, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It might actually need to be the oak wood. So that means there's something in our crafting for probably the, what drawers are they using? Storage, this guy, using the 1x1. Can we change you to use those? Because I believe that is much more efficient in terms of the half drawers. Actually, can we, what if we do non-exact? It goes back to that. Okay. I don't think it was going to make any of those, but unfortunately it is going to need, it needs the oak for the, for everything else. This is the one, this should not be exact. It can use whatever wood it wants. So let's see how close we are now to our 40. We still need a ton. Okay. So I guess what we could do, it's going to need it for the slabs. And, I mean, we could tell the system that, hey, you have a bunch of chests. Just used all that wood, but does that help? No. Okay. Anyways, so I'll need to get those, and I will go ahead and get all of that taken care of later. But for now, we just have to wait for our Singularity Machine to say we have enough steel and uranium at this point. We only have half of what we need. We need to click that button 24 more times. 24 is the number of ultimate singularities that you need for a creative vending upgrade. The 25th is for creative upgrade. So we just throw that in there, and then we can make a bunch of stuff, and then we change things out, we make a bunch of stuff. Everything will work out great. So I have a couple things, and we're kind of getting to the point where I could probably go ahead and end the episode off. But before we do, a few things. First of all, this area we're going to decorate with some trees. I'm going to put a couple of them in here, and I think what we'll want to do for lighting, and I'll have to make sure that the trees themselves are well lit, is we're going to use glow shroom lights. And then for this one over here, you probably guessed it, we're gonna go with the warp fungus, and we're gonna put some warp funguses down, and once again make sure that they're well lit. Again, probably with shroom lights. I'll probably like kind of half customize these, and we'll put another one over here, and we're gonna put some overgrowth and all that kind of fun stuff as well. So just in general, I want to put trees. This is going to get some trees. This is probably going to get like, you know what, we missed a chance. We could probably switch all this out for grass and put podzol. That could be cool. That would look nice. And then this is going to be like a birch oak forest. So I'll have some more trees there. And that's kind of the plan. So I was going to do like a before-after type thing, but I think instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on some of the hexagons off camera, and we're just going to go ahead and end the episode off today with that. I need to figure out what kind of concretes I want for the machine floors. This one will probably be a little bit different because it is different. There is some immersive engineering style things. We could use concrete tiles. We could use just normal concrete. I don't know yet, but I do need to build all this up. And I am going to demolish the house and the windmill. Next time, I'll give you a little bit of an update on the Singularity Machine. And unfortunately, it's going to take some time. So the next episode of this might not be next week. It might be 2 weeks from now. Might be 3 weeks. I don't know. Depends on how much time I get to work on it and AFK on here. One other thing that I'm probably going to do is go around, grab one of each of the bees, so make sure there's only one bee of types I don't want, and then lock them, so that we can kind of only collect those 17 resources, because that's really all we need at this point, other than wood, which I'm going to set these guys up and let them run for a while. And that is pretty much it. I think some of this type of stuff will just move into the middle section, and this will be like a basic machining area. But I won't set it up like a machine area like these, just because we have a bunch of those. So I'll have to figure something out. And this guy is not going to get the illumination powder for sure, but this one might, and actually we might use blaze lamps on that one. That'd be kind of cool. And then maybe we'll use blaze lamps here. That could be cool. I don't know. We'll figure things out. I have decorations to do. And we'll come back next time, rebuild the house, rebuild the windmill, and hopefully get close to finishing up this mod pack. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!